Professional VMware Security 2V0-81.20 exam questions and answers can make sure you pass the test easily. Share some helpful VMware 2V0-81.20 exam questions here. 1. Which three statements are correct for Active Directory integration with identity firewalls (IDFW) in an NSXT data center deployment? Choose 3. A. The IDFW can be used on both physical and virtual servers as long as supported operating system is installed. B. The thin agent must be enabled in VMware Tools as it is not enabled by default. C. The IDFW can be used for virtual desktops, VDI, or remote desktop sessions, RDSH support. D. Identity-based groups can be used as the source or destination in DFW rules. E. User identity information is provided by the NSX guest introspection thin agent. 2. In a Workspace ONE deployment, what two commands are available for a Windows policy when sending a command action as part of a compliance policy? Choose 2. A. Device wipe. B. Enterprise wipe. C. Apply baseline. D. Apply profile. E. Request device check-in. 3. When creating a policy in VMware Carbon Black Cloud, what impact does setting the target value to low have? A. Alert severity scores are raised by 1. B. Alert severity scores are raised by 2. C. Alert severity scores are lowered by 1. D. Alert severity scores are lowered by 2. 4. Which two options are needed to configure NSXT Datacenter to access the Active Directory? Choose 2. A. Domain controller name. B. Distinguished name. C. Username. D. Port. E. NetBIOS name. 5. Which is true about time-based firewall policy rules? A. Time-based policy rules apply only to the NSX distributed firewall. B. Time-based policy rules apply to the NSX gateway and distributed firewall. C. Time-based policy rules can only be used one time for NSX gateway firewall. D. Time-based policy rules apply only to the NSX gateway firewall. 6. Which is the name of the default policy that is applied to all applications in Workspace ONE access? A. Primary _policy. B. Default _policy. C. Default _access _policy _set. D. Default _application _policy. 7. When designing NSXT for high availability with Layer 2 adjacency, what is the recommended number of NSX managers that should be deployed? A. 2 NSX managers deployed using a load balancer. B. 1 NSX manager using vSphere for high availability. C. 3 NSX managers using a VIP address for management. D. 2 NSX managers using a VIP address for management. 8. An organization is expanding NSX to deploy the NSX distributed firewall on an AWS VPC and Azure VNET. Which statement is true concerning the expansion? A. The request is not possible because NSX works only in VMware environments. B. NSX can only manage native security components on AWS and Azure with agent-based mode. C. NSX can only do an agent-based mode on AWS and Azure. D. NSX can choose native security components on AWS and Azure or agent-based mode. 9. Which two are features of a hybrid cloud model for networking and security when using NSXT Data Center and VMware NSX Cloud? Choose 2. A. NSX Data Center provides consistent logical networking and security across protected and recovery sites. B. NSX Data Center supports Layer 2 VPN between an NSX edge and a Direct Connect gateway. C. NSX Data Center and VMware NSX Cloud stretch Layer 2 domains between public clouds using the Geneve overlay. D. NSX Data Center supports secure, encrypted user access to private corporate applications, SSL VPN. E. NSX Data Center supports remote sites, IPsec VPN, with optional VPN gateways or hardware routers from other vendors. 10. Where in the NSX UI does an administrator add an Active Directory domain? A. Go to System, Configuration, Identity Firewall add Active Directory. B. Go to Inventory, Configuration, Identity Firewall add Active Directory. C. Go to Home, Configuration, Identity Firewall add Active Directory. D. Go to Security, Configuration, Identity Firewall add Active Directory.